Not everything on Christmas night is warm and bright. Imagine a silent, snowy Christmas Eve. You hear the gentle jingle of sleigh bells in the distance, a sound that usually brings joy and excitement. But as it gets closer, the cheerful jingle twists, becoming a harsh, metallic clanking, the sound of chains dragging through the snow. This isn't Santa Claus coming to town. This is something much, much older and far more terrifying. This is the arrival of Krampus. When you think of Christmas, you probably picture Santa Claus, a jolly old man who rewards good children with presents. But what about the naughty ones? We often joke about them getting a lump of coal, but in the folklore of Central Europe, the punishment is a lot more severe. Because on Christmas night, Santa doesn't travel alone. He has a companion, a shadow, who handles the kids on the naughty list. This creature is known as Krampus, the Christmas demon. So, who exactly is this terrifying figure? Picture this, a creature that is half goat, half demon. He stands tall on cloven hooves, covered in thick, dark fur. Huge, menacing horns curl from his head, and a long, pointed tongue lolls from his mouth. He is the very embodiment of a Yuletide nightmare, the dark side of the festive season. His name, Krampus, is believed to come from the German word Krampen, which means claw, a fitting name for a creature with such a sinister purpose. While Santa Claus is busy delivering gifts on Christmas Eve, Krampus has his own special night. In countries like Austria, Germany, Hungary, and the Czech Republic, the night of December 5th is known as Krampusnacht or Krampus night. This is the night before the feast of St. Nicholas. While good children are putting out their shoes, hoping St. Nicholas will fill them with treats, the naughty ones are filled with dread. Because on Krampusnacht, Krampus roams the streets searching for children who have misbehaved. The origins of Krampus are ancient, predating Christianity itself. He is believed to be the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. In pre-Christian traditions, figures like Krampus were part of winter solstice rituals meant to scare away the ghosts and demons of winter. When Christianity spread across Europe, many of these pagan traditions were either absorbed or suppressed. Krampus was one of them. For a long time, the Catholic Church tried to ban Krampus celebrations because of his resemblance to the devil. Some governments even outlawed him, viewing the tradition as too frightening and corrupting for children. But you can't keep a good demon down. The legend of Krampus persisted in isolated Alpine communities. In the late 20th century, there was a huge resurgence in interest, and Krampus came roaring back into popular culture, not just in Europe, but around the world. He was too unique, too compelling a figure to be forgotten. He represents a side of the holiday season that we often ignore, the idea that actions have consequences, that there's a balance to the universe. For every reward, there must also be a punishment. So, what does Krampus do when he finds a naughty child? He doesn't just leave a lump of coal. Oh no, his methods are far more direct. He carries a set of chains which he thrashes about to announce his presence and to create an atmosphere of pure terror. He also carries a large bundle of birch branches which he uses to swat misbehaving children. It's a symbolic punishment, a reminder to be good. But that's not the worst of it. For the truly naughty, Krampus has something even more frightening in store. On his back, he carries a large sack or a wicker basket. According to the legends, the worst offenders are stuffed into this sack and carried away. Where do they go? Some tales say he takes them to his lair to be, well, let's just say they're not coming back for Christmas dinner. Other stories claim he throws them into an icy river or takes them to the underworld. Whatever the destination, the message is clear. Be good or Krampus will get you. It's a pretty effective way to keep kids in line, don't you think? He is often described as the dark side of Santa Claus or Santa's evil twin. They are two sides of the same coin. Santa represents the light, the joy, and the rewards of being good. Krampus represents the darkness, the fear, and the punishment for being bad. Together, they create a perfect balance. It's a reminder that the holiday season isn't just about endless cheer and presents. It's also a time for reflection, for looking back at your behavior over the past year and deciding what kind of person you want to be. Today, the tradition of Krampus is celebrated with a wild and thrilling event known as the Krampuslauf or Krampus Run. In towns across the Alps on the night of Krampusnacht, people don't just tell stories about the demon, they become him, and dress up in elaborate and terrifying Krampus costumes. We're talking full-body suits of fur, massive horns, and hand-carved wooden masks with grotesque demonic faces. They strap heavy cowbells to their waists, creating a deafening clang as they run. Then they parade through the streets as a pack of wild demons. They run through the crowds, roaring, thrashing their chains, and playfully swatting people with their birch branches. The air is filled with the smell of fire from torches, the sound of clanging bells and rattling chains, and the screams and laughter of the spectators. It's a chaotic, noisy, and exhilarating spectacle. It's like a haunted house and a Christmas parade all rolled into one. It's a way for the community to come together, face the darkness, and celebrate a tradition that has survived for centuries. It's a reminder that Christmas isn't only light, the darkness is watching too. It's fascinating how this ancient, terrifying figure has found a place in our modern world. From scary Christmas movies and TV shows to Krampus-themed parties and merchandise, he has become a pop culture icon. He reminds us that folklore is not just a collection of dusty old stories, it's a living, breathing part of our culture that continues to evolve and fascinate us. Krampus taps into that primal part of us that enjoys a good scare, that understands that there can be no light without shadow. So, this December, as you're hanging your stockings and listening for the sound of sleigh bells, listen a little closer. If you hear the clanking of chains mixed in with the jingle, you might want to ask yourself a question. Have you been naughty or have you been nice? Because you never know who might be paying you a visit. Thanks for joining me on this dive into the dark side of Christmas. If you enjoyed this journey into folklore, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the shadows. What other legends should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.